mitigation that we've taken, that the organisation have taken here to relieve a little of that. The heat, the main heat of the day, we're going to be out of that. We're going to be going a little later on with our final session, getting under at 3, and some amazing work that's been done here. And you see as you walk around the site, whether it's the fans blowing water, there's lots of facilities for the horses. So fantastically. Let's get in with Poland and Sandra Sysojeva and MAXIMA Bella. The 10-year-old again by Millennium, so another of that age group that's very much on the rise and really were at the World Cup finals this year, stood out there for 2 top 5 finishes, part of the European Championships last time around, the rider was, and the Olympic Games too. Has had wins in Hungary and Poland this season already. World Cup finals saw them in the freestyle at 76, and could get a good score here as well, Richard, for those that have been following her progress.
Yes, well, this test really does suit this horse because of the first part of the test anyway. So this half pass, you can see the horse can take its left forelimb away from its body, and it can take its right forelimb across, and obviously the same goes for the hind legs. Now, I'm sure everybody has seen this horse before because she's the most amazing, lovely mare. But she has this extraordinary foreleg movement. Well, I'm talking about in the trot. This is just a beautiful passage. You can see how. So that forelimb movement, some horses have it and some don't. It's not always what the judges want to see. They don't want to see it in excess, and with a horse like this you're trying to tone it down. So Sandra is not trying to induce the horse to do that. This is the natural movement of the horse, and you can see the rein. Look at that right front leg, how it can go away from the body and in the air before it touches down. She's a ballerina, isn't she, this horse? Or prima ballerina, actually. So again, good use of the head and neck. Yeah, Sandra's trying to encourage that lengthening of the head and neck because she wants the effect also on throughout the whole body of the horse for the hind leg to step over and get maximum over track. So she's trying to maximize that. Now let's just check this rhythm. There's no worry about this horse's starting piaffe, straight into it. But you see how the front legs, she managed that transition really well considering. But when you look at a piaffe, you also need to make sure that the front legs touch down towards the stance phase perpendicular, and not that the horse's body travels too much over, leaving the front leg slightly behind the perpendicular line. And she's doing a great job there at ensuring that that doesn't happen, or doesn't happen to any significant degree, I should say. Into the half passes. Again, we can see the horse really being able to sweep sideways. Interested, Stephen, in the collected walk marks.
You're putting me to work
I
again.
am putting you to work. So not entirely straight, all correct. The changes.
The reality is there's 7.5s and 8s right across the board, really.
For the walks.
Yeah. Well, through all the movements that we've seen in the last few moments, so she's holding a lot of consistency there. But then going back to the collected walk, we had a little bit of a drop down there. We had 5, 6.5,
Yeah.
and a range to 7 actually.
Okay. That's what I thought. Drop
Yeah.
the marks down. These are lovely changes. Busy checking the marks.
Well,
I didn't see the start of those, but the one times look more in balance than the 2 times. That was quite early, that flying change, which should have been at K after the extended canter. Sandra's making sure the horse just doesn't drop down in the pole. Is there enough bend? Oh. So it's very tight, that pirouette. The tightness is determined by the size of the hind leg circle. Let's just watch these. Oh. So it didn't quite work. Shame with that. But you also need to have bend in the pirouette as well. Let's have a look when you come towards us now. Yeah, that's better. That's better. So right pirouette slightly better than the left, and that in the context of bend. Lovely uphill, neck out and down a bit. Basically, if you really want to get a 9+, you need the legs, yes, covering ground in extended trot. But if you just looked at a horse's head and neck and it was the same when it's doing a collected trot and extended trot, then you're not fulfilling all the criteria of an extended trot. You do have to have the neck lengthened. That's not easy to do and to keep a horse in balance, but that's the difference between 9s and 10s when you can do all of the elements. Good halt.
A good halt. We'll get the score for that in just a moment. But again, they're looking like their scores are going to put them into the territory of personal best again.